Okay, so a very warm welcome to all of you and a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Uh,
sir.
I would just request you to turn on your camera once so that I can see some beautiful faces. Okay, great. So, uh, I would just like to start the session by giving you a kind of a instruction that I don't want this session to be a monologue kind of thing. Please be very interactive. Ask questions whichever you have regarding uh, the topic which we are discussing or regarding anything which you want to ask relating to the corporate life or the life at BVP. So please feel free to ask questions. I'll definitely have a kind of a dedicated slot for question answers. So please feel free to ask anything which you want. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. I'm just sharing my screen. Just bear with me for a moment. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes,
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 sir.
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 Okay.
Yes,
Sir.
sir,
Okay.
it's
Great.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So the topic of today's or this session in your orientation is importance of ethics in life. And specifically, it would be focused on how, as a student, you require ethics in life and why these are important. So, as a very basic concept, if I want to begin this session with, so I would just want any one of you, or maybe anyone who has some idea about ethics, what ethics are, or maybe how you define ethics as.
Sir, ethics are the basic general guidelines which a business follows.
Okay,
So ethic are the rules and regulations which have to be the which business have to follow.
okay,
Ethics
Branch
are
of
the basic
knowledge
knowledge
to deal with the moral principles.
okay, that can be taken as a
Which are
technical term, yeah.
expected to follow. They are not mentioned anywhere, but
Yeah,
they are expected to be followed by everybody.
yeah, great, great.
So they are
ethics are the
morals,
basic knowledge
means the
that
values
should
that are to
have.
be followed in the society.
Okay, okay,
The area under which a business has to perform its function.
okay, yeah. In business terms, yes, we can say that. I would just request once you are done with answering, can you please put yourself on mute because there's a lot of disturbance. Yeah, thanks. So, as you all have clearly mentioned and very rightly said, that ethics are some kind of moral principles which guides our behavior. They help us in telling us, or maybe what is right, the difference between the right and the wrong. Uh, Ethics is something. If I just move on to my slide, ethics is something which is not very new concept to all of us. I could say that because ethics is something which is being taught to us since we are born. So when we start going to school, or maybe when we are starting our life, so our parents constantly tell us that this is right and this is wrong. Then we go on to we join school, and then our teachers tell us that what is right and what is wrong. Then in later phase of our life, our peers, our colleagues, wherever we are working, so they help us in being ethical, and they tell us what is the differentiation between uh, right and wrong. So, as a part of literary definition, I would say that ethics is something which are the moral principles that guides behavior of a particular person in a particular situation and how he conducts an activity. So, as one of you have clearly and very rightly said that these are not any principles or rules which are written over somewhere, but as a societal point of view, from a societal point of view, we know that these are some principles which are helping us in or guiding us in taking right decisions. So ethics as a concept is a branch of study which comes under philosophy. So, if we take philosophy as the uh, major subject, then ethics is a sub part or maybe subset of it. So, ethics as a study, it helps us in uh, determining what is the concept of good and evil, what is justice and crime, what is right and wrong. And it is also concerned with how the individuals and society should behave in a particular situation, right? So, any questions on this slide? Anyone, any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so we go on to a more detailed view of what and why we are discussing this. Uh, Many of us have been in means since morning we wake up in the morning and we have some kind of dilemmas going on in our head. So you wake up in the morning, you have the dilemma to what to serve. The very first dilemma is whether to wake up at this point of time or just snooze the alarm and sleep for 10 more minutes, right? So these are then you have when you get ready, then you have the dilemma of whether to wear black dress today or maybe a red dress today. So these kind of dilemmas we face and the decisions we need to make into it. So when I attach the word ethical to it, so how it becomes different is ethical dilemmas are like I have option one to choose and I have option two maybe. Uh, One option is I should go for like say a particular product X, and then option two says I should go for particular product called as Y. So when I have the moral duty or maybe moral responsibility to choose a particular product based on its pros and cons, I would say that is called as ethical dilemma. Because why? Uh, when we are talking about ethical dilemmas, there's no right and wrong involved in it. Or maybe I would say that each and every option has some part of right as well as some part of wrong in it, right? So, for an example, like I have mentioned just below that, to take the credit of the fellow students' work. So, generally, it happens that when we are preparing a presentation or maybe a project, so we tend to take credit sometimes, not always, but sometimes we take the credit of a person who has worked a lot as compared to what we have done. Since we are a part of group, so we also get the credit for that. So whether I should take the credit because I am a part of that group, or I shouldn't take the credit because I haven't done that much amount of work which all the other members of the group have done. So these are kind of ethical dilemmas which are constantly nagging us throughout our life, whether you're a student, whether you are in corporate or in your personal life, right? So ethical judgment per se helps you in those situations or in those scenarios when uh, there is no clear cut kind of a bifurcation of what is white and what is black, but when you are in the gray area. So there's always a kind of a situation where there is no, we say that clear cut answer to a particular thing, but there's a kind of a mixed reaction that is called as a gray area. So there you need to have a kind of ethical judgment uh, where you could help knowing people that what is ethically right and ethically wrong. Okay, so we discuss about some kind of ethical dilemmas in life. So one I have already discussed. Second is missing the lecture to enjoy with friends. So since you are just switching on from the school phase, school life to a college life, so this is very kind of an attractive or maybe lucrative thing which you want to do is that यार lecture bunk करके देखते हैं, enjoy करेंगे, घूमेंगे फिरेंगे kind of things. So it's like at that point of time you always have this thing in mind कि अगर हम lecture miss करते हैं, so what we are missing means maybe हमारा वो curriculum का part जो है वो शायद दोबारा हम cope up नहीं कर पाएँ, या मे बी हमें नोट्स नहीं मिले फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर टीचर, या फिर हम अपने अपने फ्रेंड से वो नोट्स नहीं ले पाएंगे. सो दिस ऑलवेज अ काइंड ऑफ एथिकल dilemmas going on. The third one is organize an event or attend lectures. So I know that you people are working or studying from home. So events per se won't happen this year at least. But there are chances when you are participating in online events. I guess surely they'll be happening. So then you have the ethical dilemma whether you need to organize the event, be the part of the organizing committee, and miss some lectures because you have to do that work also, or attend the lectures because for you studies are a priority even if you are organizing an event. So these are some kind of ethical dilemmas which we face in life. I have a small video to show you all. Just let me know if you could hear it because I'm not sure that it will be audible to you or not. Uh, is it audible?
No, sir, it's not audible. No, sir.
Okay, I
No, sir,
guess.
it's not
No,
audible.
sir.
Okay,
Not
okay.
yet.
Just a moment. What we can do is we can just play the video for like 5-10 seconds, and you all know that which movie is it. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
discuss about it. Okay, great. Okay.
So it's Three Idiots.
Sir, this is Khushi this side. Sorry to interrupt you, but can you please
Yeah.
switch on your camera? Because I'm the volunteer, I have to do
Okay.
some work.
I'm sorry. Uh, camera was, I guess.
Sir, if you're facing any
Okay.
problem,
Okay.
just please tell
So
me.
it's like when I'm sharing my screen,
Yes,
only
sir.
then can I
Yeah,
start
sure,
my
sir.
video.
Sure, sir. I
Yeah.
just need a second or picture of yours,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that at the end, at the later part of the meeting, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I presume that we all have seen the movie and we know. Is my screen visible?
So right now the video
Yes,
has
sir.
stopped.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Video has
Video.
The
stopped. I have stopped
presentation
it,
is
and PPT is on my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. So what we are why I have incorporated this video over here is that uh, in life we always face ethical dilemmas. So in this movie also, what it was in this particular scene depicted that Farhan and Rancho were going to uh, the dean's office, and they wanted to get the copy of question paper so that it will be helpful for Raju. Otherwise, in case he again fails, then they were of the view that he'll again decide to jump from the room or from third or fourth floor. So here, why we are discussing this, because they were ethical enough. They decided that we won't see the question paper even if we have. So when we are taking decisions on ethical ground and having the clear ethics in your mind, so the ethical dilemmas become very much easy for you, right? So here also, they did not see the question paper themselves. They took the question paper to the hostel and gave it to Raju, who also, without even seeing the question paper, just crumbled it and thrown it into the dustbin. Because he said that whatever we'll do ethically. We won't cheat, right? So that was the whole purpose of adding this small video over here. Uh, okay, so any questions regarding this?
No, sir.
Okay, let's go on
No,
to
sir.
something. Yeah. Let's go on to something more interesting or more in-depth knowledge about ethics. So we have each and every concept which we are talking about have some kind of a basic principles on which it stands. So ethics also has five principles. So very first principle we discuss is autonomy. Uh, could anybody can anybody tell me what autonomy here means?
Honest to self.
Sorry, can you please repeat it again?
Sir, I think it means honest to self.
So the right of a
Okay,
person.
okay. Anything else?
Self freedom.
Freedom. Okay.
So when a
So
person is
maybe
free to
one.
do something,
Sorry, just can you please just say it one by one?
so when a person is free to do something without someone under someone's guidance.
Okay, right.
So
Sir, he has a
one's
right,
own
like
choice
he
of
has a right to work
one's
or
own
do
choice of
something in the
being
organization.
honest or true.
Self-determination.
So
Okay.
control on self.
So the
Self-control.
choices they have their own, they perceive that they have the.
Said they have a choice to do what
It's
they wanted
something
to do.
independent that they get to decide and exist independently. It can be any kind of body or anything, even a person or any institution, anything.
Okay, great. So I just yeah, sorry, is someone saying something? Sorry, I cannot hear you. Your voice is very low. Okay, okay. So as you all have clearly and very aptly said that autonomy is something when you have the freedom, when you have the freedom to take decisions without anyone else influence, and when you are taking it on the basis of your judgment. So when autonomy here in the principle of ethics we talk about that you can only take a decision when you or you are responsible for a decision when you are taking it on your own, right? So when you have the autonomy to take the decision, only in that case you could judge that whether you are doing something which is ethically correct and ethically or maybe ethically incorrect, right? The next part is honesty. As one of you have already said that taking decisions all honestly. So yes, honesty is a part of ethics because ultimately whenever you are taking a decision you should be honest enough to think this in your mind that whether I am doing this, whether it's right or it's wrong. So when you're honest to yourself and honest to others, you definitely know that you are whether you are following the ethics or not, right? Third one is justice. So could anybody tell me what justice over here means?
Sir, if one is not
Justice
honest
means
to his or herself, then he's not making justice to his own work.
Okay.
Yes.
justice means when you are doing the same thing as you do to yourself as to others. There is no
discrimination, or they are a set of rules that you follow for everyone.
Okay.
So the
So,
organizational justice for understanding of fairness, results, and the process within the company.
Okay. Correct. Correct.
Sir, it simply means equality and all.
Yeah.
So
Great. Yeah, okay. So, in this sense, where we are talking about justice, so I say that many of you have very clear idea of what justice over here means is. So, by justice, we mean that there should be fair treatment for all, right? So, when justice means is that pointing out what is right and what is wrong and saying it that this is right and this is wrong. By just pointing out you're not making any justice, you need to take that or imbibe that in your behavior. So in ethics, or from ethics parlance, when you are taking a decision, you should always see that you are fair to the person for whom the decision is being taken. Or it is fair in sense of the situation which you are in. So sometimes it happens that you want to do something good for the society, uh, but that may not means for you, it may not be a justful act or maybe not be a justice for you. So it depends on how you think and how you perceive justice as many of you have rightly said that it's the fair treatment. So we always focus on providing a fair treatment to the society and the people who are around us. The fourth one is fidelity, which is also the name of the organization I'm working in. So fidelity over here means the integrity with which you take the decision. So when you take the decision on the basis of the facts, on the basis of the knowledge you have, so you take the responsibility also that yes, I have taken this decision. So I'll be the person who is responsible for this, right? So fidelity and integrity comes through this, that whatever decision you are making ethically, it should be correct, and in case it's not correct, you should be graceful enough to accept that yes, there was some kind of an issue on the integrity part. The last one is no discrimination. So it's self-explanatory that in under ethics, whenever you are taking a decision or doing an act in a particular situation, so it shouldn't be discriminatory to any person, uh, any being in the society, right? Uh, yeah. Coming on to the second portion of the PPT. So in the last slide, we discussed that we have ethical dilemmas, right? So how to deal with those ethical dilemmas? So generally, as we have discussed some of the ethical dilemmas, so we face them, and sometimes we are just so stuck in those dilemmas that it's very hard to make a choice. So this is a kind of a process which one should follow in order to cater, or maybe in order to take a decision which is ethically correct. Okay, so let's take an example. So let's say that okay, so let's say that we have you have an event going on in the college, and you are a part of the organizing committee of that particular event, and you have also some crucial lectures going on in your classes, the which are very important from examination point of view. So this is our problem. So very first step is identify the ethical problem. So I may face that. So this is my ethical problem, or a very basic ethical problem is sometimes you just go on a road or maybe a street or maybe in college, you get some rupees 500 note which is lying on the floor, and you just see that and you pick it up. Okay, when you have identified the problem that uh, whether I should keep those 500 rupees with me, or I should give it to the reception, or maybe to the to the guard so that if anyone has lost it, they can report it there. Or maybe you can take that money and you can spend it somewhere else. Okay, so you have the problem. Now what you do is the second step is you will collect information. So uh, it's a very general kind of a attitude that whenever we see some money lying on the floor, we generally tend to ask people who are standing over there that whether this money belongs to you or not. So that is the part we say that is collect information. So you're collecting the information on the basis of whether the people standing there has somebody lost their money or something of that sort. Then you state the options. So currently we just discussed that we have three options in this particular scenario. One is that I keep the money with me. Second is I give it to the guard or the lost and found department. Third is I just go to the canteen and eat and have fun. Okay, so going on to the next step, I would apply my ethical principles to the options. So let's see. Uh, let's take first example that I should keep the money with me. So if we apply ethics to it, so does that money actually belongs to me?
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir.
Does that money is lying on the floor? Does that give me a right to pick it up just because I have seen it on the floor?
No, sir. No.
No.
No,
No,
sir.
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
So I can apply the ethics to that particular option. So next one we come that okay, so take it that I just put it in my pocket and go to the canteen, call my friends and just randomly say कि आज party मेरी तरफ से. So uh, will that be an ethical choice?
No.
No, sir.
No,
Maybe for
sir.
No,
that
sir.
particular
No,
scenario,
sir.
yeah, maybe for that particular time period, maybe means some of you could feel that ठीक है यार मुझे पैसे मिले हैं मेरी मर्जी में जैसे मर्जी उन्हें स्पेंड करो. But ethically what we should do is we should return the money or maybe keep it safe with the lost and found department so that whoever has lost that money they can contact the lost and found department and they can get their money back, right? So you have made the decision that okay, I'll go back and give the money to the lost and found department, and then you have implemented the decision. That is, you went there and just deposited the money. So this is a process of ethical choice, how you can ethically decide what to do and what not to do in life. Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
great. Let's go on to
No,
the
sir.
next part of the PPT. So here, what we are talking about is importance of ethics. So, to be very honest, the very basic and the very first question which should come in your mind is, we have just come from school to college, and why we are just suddenly discussing ethics? I mean, it's not very interesting subject like maybe accounts or finance or something. So why we are discussing this? But the very basic answer to this question is that whenever you are uh, at every aspect of your life and every part of your life, you will be faced with ethical dilemmas. uh, it's not like that maybe oh it's okay, I am on my own, I have the freedom, I have the autonomy to take my decisions and I can do whatever I want. But you also have to keep in mind the society at large, the people around you at large, so that whatever decision you are make, they are not harming or not deteriorating the quality of life of someone else. Okay, so if we talk about the importance of ethics, so particularly the first thing which I have mentioned over here is improved decision making. So when we are talking about improved decision making, so when you attach the word ethics or maybe ethical decision making to your decision making, it 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 certainly improves your decision making power. How? In the sense that you always tend to take decisions which are beneficial for all. You won't be selfish enough to take the decisions for your own benefit, but you generally take decisions which are beneficial for all as well as for you too. So, ethics plays a very important role in improving your decision making power. Second is long term gains. So, I assume that many of you from are from business families.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
No,
So,
sir.
when you see your dad or any of the relative which you have doing business, so they generally tell you that business runs on connections, business runs on relationships, on long term relationships with the suppliers, with the customers, and with your stakeholders, right?
Right,
So
sir.
Yes.
when you are aiming for long term gains in your life, which are not just which are not just limited to monetary gains. To be very frank, it also involves long term relationship with your customers. So ethical decisions and ethics help you in keeping those long term relationships so that you'll get long term gains. So suppose just tomorrow, or maybe just take an example of the current situation, what we are into, the pandemic, COVID-19. So what the corporates are doing here, the corporates are contributing to PM Care Fund. Corporates are vacating their offices so that some isolation facilities can be created over there. They are contributing ambulances. So why they are doing it? Because as a brand, they are creating a relationship with you. They are creating some kind of a rapport with you so that they can later on have some kind of uh, uh, more brand value attached to their name, right? So the third point which I need to discuss is credibility. So this on a very personal front, I would like to share with you that I've always tried to be ethically correct in taking decisions, even in the college life. Whenever you are so, uh, uh, the reason why I'm sitting over here and taking a lecture and taking a session with you guys is because I had the credibility to to live up to that expectation which the teachers have. So credibility is not something which is earned in a day or two. Credibility is something when you keep on doing the right things over a period of time, and then and then people have a credibility attached with your name. That yes, if we are giving this kind of a work to this student, then definitely it will be done by the time which we have given. So credibility enhances your personality also, and it also enhances your recognition in the society, right? The last two points which I need to discuss is empathy and relationship or responsibility towards the society. So when we are talking about these 2 points, what we are talking here is empathy. Empathy is something, a concept which I could just literally define it as. Empathy is stepping into the shoes of some other person or the person who is in front of you and understanding what he or she is feeling or he or she is going through. Empathy is the feeling of belongingness or feeling of empathizing with someone
I'm
that.
sorry to interrupt you. This is Khushi this side, but I guess someone is singing in the class and we're not able to hear you.
Can you guys go on mute? Okay. Is
Is
it all
that?
right now?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. So, empathy and responsibility towards the society are kind of hand in hand or maybe parallel concepts. So, when you are empathetic enough towards the society or towards the people around you, you are definitely showing your responsibility towards the society. So, as I guess in 12th standard, in if you are most of you are from commerce background, right?
No,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
so
sir.
you must have heard the concept of corporate social responsibility, CSR.
No, sir.
Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
so responsibility towards the society is something which is gaining a lot of importance these days, because not only the corporates which are working uh, hugely in our economy, but even an individual who is contributing. Like many of you have donated to the PM Cares Fund. In case if you haven't, then you must have done some kind of a charity or something. Or even if not even that, then generally also we keep on doing some kind of charity stuff. So that is your responsibility towards the society. And whenever you are taking decisions which are right from the perspective of society, so in that case you show the responsibility towards society. And that is why ethics are very important to determine that whether you are ethically right in the eyes of society or not. Okay, so this puts me to the end of my session. I have deliberately kept around 10 to 15 minutes for you to ask any kind of questions which you want, or any kind of questions relating to the topic which we have discussed, or maybe the college, the corporate life, or maybe the college life, anything. I'm happy to answer you.
Sir, I wanted to ask which all subjects are there for BBA?
Yeah. So BBA, I guess I'm not very much updated about the current subjects which we have in BBA. That will be told by a faculty. Uh, but yes, in if I talk about, so they have I just one thing, that the college definitely gives you a very good kind of conceptual knowledge around the basics and around the concepts which you should learn in life and related to the curriculum.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So actually your photo is not clear at all.
Is it now clear?
No, sir, it's not clear. It's kind of blur.
Actually, I've logged in from a laptop. That's the reason, maybe.
Okay, so I'll try taking a good pic.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. I'm done with the pic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, any more questions? I'm happy to answer regarding the anything, regarding anything. You can just feel free to ask anything. Anyone, any question?
No, sir, we are clear, I guess.
Anything related to college, or maybe okay, just I'll just share something with you. So I'll just give a brief background of from where I come and my educational qualifications. So I have done my BCom honors from Delhi University. Then I did my master's in commerce from Delhi University only, but that was from School of Open Learning because I was simultaneously working in Airtel. And then I left my job and then prepared and then came to Bharatiya Vidyapeeth for MBA. What one suggestion I would like to give to all of you is that I know that we all are very smart individuals in the current scenario, and many of you must be, I know that, smarter than me in many things. So, what we are trying to do and what we are trying to convey through this orientation is to make familiar with the organization and make you familiar with what you should do actually in college life, so that it's neither a kind of a burden on you that, oh, I'm just studying each and every time, and or you are just having fun all the time. Okay, so yeah, Kushi, you have raised your hand.
Sir, I wanna know about your college experience in Bharatiya Vidyapeeth.
Okay,
Like
okay.
your, how did you
Friend.
selected that and all?
How did you? Sorry, I did not get your question.
You were sure about that, that you will be going there, or you were having other options?
Okay, okay. So I'm not pretty much. So I'm very pretty much amazed to see that this question keeps on popping always. So I don't know why you have people so skeptical in this part. But yeah, so my experience at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth was very good because I was a person who always Pankaj sir is always an live example to how I was just behaving in college and all, and I was always a part of like the toppers group, you could say, that having around always 9.5 plus around CGPA. So in the college, it wasn't like that I was studying all the time and was just into the books. No, never. In each and every event you pick up, you will see my name as a part of the organizing committee. For the last 2 years, when I was in the MBA, beginning from the very first event, which was there in some August, kind of, yeah. So I was a part of it, and till the last day of the college, I was taking parts in all kinds of events, organizing things. The experience was very good over here because when you are in the college, you won't feel this, but when you go out of the college, you understand that what kind of curriculum they are teaching. So just for an example, this just happened in my office with me. So what had happened was that there was some senior managers talking about some concept, and I was in that meeting room, and 90% of the people did not know the concept. But I knew, and I knew that concept because that was being taught to me in MBA at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth. So curriculum wise and knowledge wise, they'll provide you every aspect of the knowledge which is required. The teachers are putting in their 100% to keep you keep you updated about what's happening in the uh, corporate world, and they are already connected with us, so we always talk to them. And yeah, Kushi, you have a question?
So you may continue, I'll ask it after you finish.
Okay, okay, okay. So, yeah. So, one thing which you also asked me, that whether Bharatiya Vidyapeeth was my choice or I had options. So, to be very honest, I had options. I had the option to go for an MBA from NMIMS, that is Narsi Monji, Bangalore. But due to some of my personal family reasons, I could not go out of Delhi. So in Delhi also, I have like researched a lot of colleges. Like you have very famous ones like NDIM. You have Delhi School of Business, which comes under WIPS. You have FIIB, that is Fortune Institute of International Business. So these are very means at the same level of the colleges. But when you go to Bharatiya Vidyapeeth and you have the brand value of it, if I talk about. So Bharatiya Vidyapeeth in itself is a brand which is being established for over more than 50 years now. And uh, when you go into a corporate world, when you take jobs or something, so people recognize Bharatiya Vidyapeeth as a college. They know that Bharatiya Vidyapeeth is a very good college and renowned one. Uh, so yeah, I had options, but ultimately I thought that this would be the best if I have to be in Delhi.
Sir, is there anything you want to say us, like what you have to focus on more and all?
Sorry, I did not get you.
I wanted to ask if there is something important part you want to tell us that what we have to focus more on in the college.
Okay, so let's divide this question into, or maybe my answer into, three parts. So, since you are now coming from a school kind of an environment and in college, uh, just first of all try to don't just let it go that अरे यार स्कूल खत्म हो गया अब कॉलेज है अब चिल करेंगे ठीक है always just don't go in that mode already give your 100% to in whatever you are doing. I'm not saying that you need to get 100 or 10 CGPA in every semester, but at least do whatever you're doing, giving your 100%. Uh, be it studies, be it organizing events, be it sporting activities, uh, be it anything, means anything, whichever you are doing, just give your 100% over there. The second thing which I want you to is that since you are at a very initial stage in your graduation days, so uh, I don't know whether it's right to give you this suggestion or not, but I would just want you to keep on exploring things. Don't limit yourself at any moment that oh मुझे accounts पढ़नी है मुझे finance अच्छी लगती है तो मैं finance पढ़ती हूँ या मेरे को marketing अच्छी लगती है मैं marketing पढ़ता हूँ don't ever limit or restrict yourself because you don't know which opportunity could turn you into an overnight success. So always keep on looking into options, explore yourself more, explore your capabilities, explore what the college has to offer you, explore how you can add value to the college because we have a kind of a student council over here. We have Fab 5, which is called as Fabulous 5, which provides suggestions to the college, and director sir is directly heading it. So I was a part of Fab 5. So you can be a part of that also. There's also a finance society in the college, which is basically for MBAs right now. But that maybe means more opened up for BBA also, which is called as Finovation. So just explore whatever you could do. Third, I would just give you the idea about that keep on participating in events. So when you are able to talk to people, when you are able to communicate with them, you get a kind of a confidence in yourself. Why I'm emphasizing on participating and organizing the events is because they make you stand out from the crowd. So, just for an example, I was when I was in my MBA, so I just got to know that IIM Rohtak is they generally publish their monthly financial magazine, and they invite people to write an article in that magazine. So I randomly just wrote an article that was related to the US-China trade war going on. So I just wrote an article and I sent it to them. And to my surprise, because wasn't expecting that a person from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth would be able to get his article published in the IM Rohtak's financial magazine, but it got published. So that was a very good thing for me and for my CV because that was a very first thing which my recruiter asked from me that how you publish this article in I am Rohtak's means magazine. So yeah, keep on participating in inter as well as intra college events to help you gaining more confidence in life. Yeah.
I think we should put end to the question students now because we have the another sessions. So, Jeevansh, I would like to thank you for coming and addressing to the new batch students of BBA first afternoon shift. And I hope students you have learned a lot from Jeevansh, right?
Yes, so
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So on behalf of Bharatiya Vidyapit,
Yes, sir.
Jeevansh, I would like to thank. And
Yes, sir.
Thank
also,
you.
I would be inviting you in future also to interact with these students, right?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Keep
Thank you so
keep
much, sir.
encouraging them, right? Keep coming and keep addressing to our students, right? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, each one of you, for being a very interactive audience. And you can always connect with me through my email or maybe through on LinkedIn. So just stay safe and take care.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much, sir.
sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you. Bye
sir.
bye. Take care.